Hey everyone, and welcome to the daily card reading for April 11th, 2025, Friday. As always with these, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personalized read, my link will be the Mintaka Experience on Facebook. And I'm using the Thoth deck, and we already have a flyout. So, we have the Devil reversed. What this means is there's spiritual alignment, harsh truths, rude awakenings happening. Not necessarily in the physical, but in spirit, that are affecting finances or resources or physical relationships, pregnancy, lack of pregnancy, family matters, things that deal with children and childhood and pleasure seeking, being able to manifest your desires in a heavily impacted rate. You're doing more good than you are bad with the choices you've been making today, especially before 3:33 this evening. It does look like there's a lot of broken addictions, and you're being able to break the cycle, and you're being able to open up and awaken and crystallize and be able to transmutate all the competitiveness and all the challenges you've had, and you've been able to seek liberation and freedom and find a sense of self outside of just your body and outside of just defining your own body. Ideologies are slowly but surely dissipating, or swiftly dissipating, because there's a lot of vulnerabilities and raw emotions and unfiltered, unbridled rage that is leading you towards victory within the next 9 weeks. So between 9 and 3 are your big hours today for manifesting, for acting, for aggression on your due to acting out on your ego or ego attachments, your vanity. There's a lot of positivity that needs balanced in with the darkness, especially for Sagittarian moons, and especially between the waning crescent and the new moon. So there's going to be some form of balance and centering that needs to happen today, and will be happening around spirituality and around fatherhood wounds and father figures, and creating your own sense of authority and your own sense of self. Pretty much 3s and 9s, short-term goals, long-term goals, mental health, education, long-term goals, associations, employee relationships with other employees, acts of aggression towards you, domestic violence, sexual energies are going to be clearing up, especially those that feel a heavy presence and feeling complete within their own sexuality and their own gender identity and their own personality. There's a lot of opening doors and positivity going on, bordering toxic positivity, so just be aware of that. It looks like there needs to be some adjustments made to a schedule, or to the order in which you do things, or it's time for a big change. In other words, there's a big judgment call that you need to make that will lead you to revelations and physical health, and being able to manifest your desires in the physical within the next 8 to 9 weeks. It looks like there's a lot of decisions to be made, a lot of heavy-hitting, hard-hitting decisions, a lot of big impacts that are going to happen if you don't keep yourself centered, if you don't stay on topic. It's a fine balancing act, cutting free of those chains and knowing what chains are being placed upon you, what invisible strings are being played and pulled and attached to you. It does look like there's a lot of manifesting and desires and wants going on, but also fighting through hate speech due to depression, feeling like you're blue balling it, or you're being played around, or you're being treated like a plaything. And it's time to adjust yourself and adjust your perception, adjust your mindset, and adjust your moral codes and center yourself. Especially for galactic warriors and those of blue auras and those of otherworldly beings. Someone that has a lot of intensity in the field of judgment and justice systems and liberal arts and liberal sciences like economics, entomology, anthropology, history, philosophy. Being able to see the pros and cons and weigh options and know what option is best for you without having to fall prey to one way or another. Breaking free of ties that bind, breaking free of contracts, breaking free of like cord cutting through like St. Michael or Osiris or Sagittarian energy. It looks like there's a lot of like fierce independence, a lot of shooting in the dark, a lot of trying to catch a needle in the haystack or grasp at smoke and hold it in your hands. A lot of this is happening within you and around you. You have a lot going on, a lot of heavy burdens, a lot of like heavy impact that you have. Learning your sphere of influences and learning how everything plays into each other and integrates into each other due to the laws of correspondence and the laws of rhythm and the laws of physics will help as well. And it looks like the Queen of Cups will end out this reading. And basically what this is saying is emotional maturity, motherhood wounds, self-sacrifice. Don't let anybody else take your inner peace. Don't allow anybody else to say what they want about you without consequences. Don't assume. Bring awareness into things and enlightenment into things, especially around gods and demons and angels and such that are like based upon like still water or ammonite or lotus flowers like Guan Yin and Asmodeus and Lucifer. And this is also a very strong like Cancer card. So Cancer energies, so like mothers, people with harder outer shells and inner shells. So they talk a big game, but their faith is weak. Aviaries stick out, still life pictures stick out, and appreciation of arts and literature stick out as well. Trident sticks out for symbolism today. It does look like there's a lot of like focusing and calmness and stillness. Reflect before you send that message. Reflect before you respond, especially when making tough decisions and making a judgment call, because you're going to have a lot of like missing exes and wanting them back, and having a lot of paradox that you have to learn through, and being told two different things that seem like they can't be truthful and they are. A lot of like energy that's like Aryan as an Aries, or Mars energy. So like someone who's secretive, possessive, empathic, receptive, dark humored, sexually driven, me first mentality, all or nothing mentality. I have to come up with it and initiate it, not you. Aggression, action, resentment. The phrase that sticks out is sometimes they want to see you be a man, but then I also hear what is a man. So not allowing other people to define you. Knocking on wood and knocking on things that don't belong to you. Knock twice before you enter and wait for a response. Don't just answer. It looks like there's a lot of like wavy hair or curly haired magicians going around, like redhead or strawberry blonde like Lucifer or Athena or Hecate sticks out as well. But there's a lot of like dominion, a lot of acting, and a lot of sexual energies. So just be aware of how you play into that. But that's all that's going to pop in today for today, April 11th of 2025 for the collective. As always with these, take what resonates and what doesn't. If you'd like a personalized read, my link will be in the description below. I appreciate you guys joining, and thank you so much.